Did you hear? Facebook has changed the name to Meta. And in this video, I want to cover what that actually means to advertisers. What does it mean to advertisers that Facebook has changed its name? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly my thoughts, and I actually think it's a good thing. All right, so Facebook has changed the name. Why have they done it? Well, Google went through a very similar process a few years ago when they changed their parent company name to Alphabet instead of Google. And the reason why is because they're buying a whole bunch of businesses, and Facebook is buying many, many businesses. They've bought many businesses, and it's not just about Facebook anymore. You know, there's Instagram, there's WhatsApp, and there's a whole slew of businesses that are now part of the family of Facebook. And so it makes sense to put another name above it because some of those businesses aren't directly connected to Facebook. I think it makes sense. I think it's a good thing, but does it affect marketers or advertisers? I think it's a good thing for advertisers, and let me explain. The reason why Facebook is so good for small and medium businesses is because it's affordable. And how have they kept it affordable when Google has become more and more expensive, where a lot of small businesses now can't afford to run ads on Google? The reason why they've been able to keep it affordable is because Google has a limited amount of searches that happen on its platform every single day, and they can't make that any bigger. They can't get more searches. They can't influence the amount of searches. It's what happens to them. Because they have a definitive amount of searches that happen, the only way that they can make more money is to put the price up of each single ad. They want to make more money. They also want to, there's lots of competition, so it makes sense that whoever pays more will actually get their ad shown. Google has this restrictive issue with how many searches that happen. Facebook obviously saw that, and they had that problem as well. They had Facebook, and they had so many users, and X amount of times they could show an ad to that user every single day. But what they did is, instead of just staying with Facebook and then increasing the cost of the ads, which made it unaffordable, they started to buy other businesses that were very similar to Facebook and then take that user base and start showing ads to those people. That's how they kept the costs low. And so when they bought Instagram, instantly they added another billion people and another 3 billion ads they could show a day. So that's how they've kept it down. They bought WhatsApp and they bought a whole bunch of things. They built Messenger, which you can show ads on as well. That's how they've kept the cost down. I think what they're doing here with the rebrand is to say, okay, Facebook's just one of our entities under the Meta brand, and they're going to start buying more. And that Facebook advertising platform that we run every single day to run ads will start to expand the amount of apps that you can show your ads on. I think that's a good thing. The other thing is, I saw them create a new concept called the meta world. Okay, this is a virtual world that they are creating, and they want it to be an alternative to the real world. There's lots of apps that do this. There's like Second Life and a whole bunch of apps where people go in there and they can build a whole world and they can make friends and they can do things and even sell things in that world. Well, Facebook sees the potential for this with virtual reality, where you'll wear their virtual reality glasses. Oculus is the company they bought that does that. And you'll be able to get into this world and you'll be able to work in that world and work in a virtual office and speak to people and communicate and link up with like-minded people, and you'll be able to see each other, these avatars, and you'll be able to interact and you'll be able to sell things. And of course, there'll be ads in that world. There would have to be ads. And so why they're doing this is for a couple of reasons. They want to be at the top, but they also want to show more ads. They also want to keep the costs down. They also want to have more opportunities to make more money, because basically Facebook is an advertising platform. There's a few things I think about this. Number one, it's a good thing. You know, Facebook is looking after the businesses that work with it to keep the ads costs down. But this virtual world, I've got to say, I don't know how they're going to pull it off. And even in the video, Mark said, look, to make this augmented reality thing work, and some of the virtual worlds, to make it small enough, because you have to put glasses on, and those glasses have to fit all the technology in there. So he said, it's like 0.5 centimeter thick, some of the parts of the glasses, and we have to fit 6, 7, 8 different technologies into those glasses. So he said, have patience with us. It's going to take us time. We haven't figured this thing out yet. And I think that is risky, right? They haven't figured it out yet. They know what they want, but the technology hasn't caught up. And so I don't know how long this is going to take. Who knows? They may pull it off, but they also may not. Google had Google Glasses a few years ago and they had to can that project. It just didn't work. And so I don't think this is a risk for advertisers. I just think that I'm struggling to understand how that's going to work in a timely fashion, and maybe they'll just have to increase their ads a different way. But again, I think it's a good thing. If they can get ahead of the curve, if they can make it happen, if they can own that virtual world and everyone connects to it, it's going to be great for advertisers. The third reason I think they're doing it is because they want to protect the company. Facebook has a lot of issues at the moment when it comes to privacy, when it comes to the US government trying to control them and break them up maybe, or take away some of the control they have and the dominance they have in the industry. And they're constantly having these issues with the government and privacy companies and lawsuits. I think creating this umbrella company is one way of them protecting Facebook and protecting the companies. And I think that's a good thing for advertisers, okay? And so if you're an advertiser, I think you've got nothing to worry about. I think Facebook is not in trouble. They are not doing some crazy thing that's going to affect you. I think what they're doing is working for you, because without you, they don't have the income for their shareholders and they can't grow. And so, look, I think it's a great thing. I think there's some things like the virtual world, which I'm not fully understanding the bigger picture yet, and they'll reveal more of it. But generally, I am not afraid of the change. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's great. I think they're very focused on what they're trying to do, and I think it's good for us. So like the iOS 14.5 changes, that wasn't a good thing for us. I think the change to Meta is a good thing for us advertisers. So look, if you want to get more videos like this, if you want to learn how to grow your business using Facebook ads and online marketing, then join the group that we have. Subscribe, like, comment, share. I'd love to help you out, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.